Hi, this is Drew Tignanelli, and this is our June update of the Financial Pulse. I'm here with a special guest, Robert Boner. And Bob, we joined forces in January. It's great to have you with us.
It's great to be together.
So let me tell you why I wanted to join with your firm, and that is because I believe that there's incredible synergy between accounting and financial planning. Now, the industry keeps trying to bring, investments and the sale of investment products in, and insurance and the sale of insurance products, and even real estate. I've seen companies trying to bring in real estate. And if all you're concerned about is trying to make more money for yourself, those are great ideas. But accounting and financial planning really come together extremely well. Would you agree?
I would agree. And both accounting and tax is just a great synergy, and the ability for us to provide the comprehensive planning is just an exciting new service that we can provide to our tax clients.
Yeah, and I'm impressed with the way your team goes about doing a tax return, because you make a mistake on a tax return and it can cost the client a lot of money, and they may never know it. But you and your team are incredibly detailed as to how you meticulously continue to look at that return before you're willing to release it. So I've been impressed with that as we went through our tax season this year.
Well, it was an exciting season, and I guess after you do something for 35 years, you hope to hone it to a science, but we're always learning too, and the new tax software was a challenge.
Well, you're a third generation, right?
Yes.
Accountant?
Yes. My grandfather was an auditor in New York City, and he came down to Gettysburg to do an audit on a furniture factory, and hit it off with the owner of the factory, and moved down to Gettysburg, and then my father followed in his footsteps, and I followed in his. So it's...
Your father was the one that started the accounting practice, or
my father went out on his own,
okay,
because my grandfather had sort of retired, and so then I joined with my father. And,
okay. And now we've joined forces.
Yes.
So why did you want to join the consulate?
Well, while I understand that accounting and payroll taxes and income tax preparation are a burden to clients, and they appreciate the services we provide, it was a narrow focus. And when I heard about your comprehensive approach, I could just see the many ways that I can provide further help to my clients, just beyond the tax return.
And and the fact that like when I was first started in this business, I really felt that not selling a product was important, and to be more of a professional. And so I was determined to figure out how to be what's called a fee-only advisor, not sell any product, render fee for advice. And in 1995, I was able to do that. But the funny thing was that the CPAs, who had always been fee-only advice, around that exact time, they opened the door to CPAs to start doing commission-based work. And a lot of CPA firms now sell insurances, investments, annuities, all kinds of things. And I personally disagree with that.
Right. Well, and I agree with you. And I've seen, firms that would add financial services to their services and then quickly eliminate them. So it doesn't work for many people anyway, that approach. But I've been able to see in the several financial plans that I've worked with you and with Roger Bear, just the total help that we can provide to the client in areas that they didn't even dream of.
Yeah. Well, we've had some pretty exciting meetings with clients where we've uncovered a lot of interesting aspects that they would have never thought of. And as a tax preparer, you're not necessarily getting that kind of information because the client doesn't know they need to give it to you.
Correct.
But when we do a comprehensive financial plan, we're digging for all those little details. And we find out a lot of things that, you can make a big impact on the tax return and other areas of their personal finances.
Right, and that's just exciting to help them in another way.
Yeah, I mean, stock options, we noticed that. with some people that we've talked to. We've noticed bases in IRAs where people are doing non-deductible IRAs. We've noticed company benefits, and that's a big area. Company benefits that there's so much you can do in company benefits that people aren't aware of. I'll give you a great example. So a lot of people really like to do group life insurance, because it's easy. It's coming out of your paycheck. It's only $10, $20, $30. They think it's cheap. But when you really add it up, if you're in relatively good health and you're a non-smoker, group life insurance is a big extra cost.
Right.
It could be as much as 2 to 4 times more expensive to buy group life insurance if you're healthy and you're a non-smoker than to do group life insurance. And
Right.
we often, and I think we've seen this with a couple clients that we've worked with, that we can show that to clients that, hey, wait a minute, this is not necessarily a good thing for you.
Not economically a good idea.
Yeah. Well, one thing we also like to do when we do these updates, and your clients are going to get this as the first one that the clients of Boner CPA will get, as we've now are a united company, is we always do a market update. So I just want to do a quick one, and that is basically that, markets have been up 5 or 6 years in a row. People get very complacent when markets are up because they assume that, you see, you just hold on for the future and markets just go up and up and up and we never have to worry and so forth. That's the times that you really need to be, cautious. It doesn't mean you got to run out and sell everything. It just means that you have to be thinking about the fact that markets don't go up forever, and that it's when you get the most complacent. It's when you get, you're afraid to invest a nickel in 2008 and 2009. And now you're at a point where, it was just a quirky situation in 2008, 2009. So you start getting back in, you start thinking that this is easy and so forth. And I think this is the more dangerous time that you have to be careful of.
Correct. And one of the things that I like about the firm is it's the team approach. And it's not just one person, but you have a well-qualified team, and there's many people working together in many areas.
We have 21 people now, 22 if we include part-time people in the firm. So Tom Bonvasuto is a CFA, Chartered Financial Analyst, which is the highest credential in the investment world. Many of us in the firm are CPAs, and some of us are CFP CPAs, which is a good combination of credentials. Yeah, so you're right. It's a team approach, and there are many members of the team with different skills and different talents, and that's why we really appreciate all that your firm brings, because your firm does a lot more accounting. We didn't do accounting before we met up with you guys.
Yes, we Ann on our staff is a QuickBooks professional advisor, and she loves to do that and help the clients. And it's interesting that Ann's a high school classmate of mine, and Buzz Miller's a high school classmate of mine, and Amelia's been with me for 30 years. It's just a nice, long-time business that we've grown together.
Well, 1957 was the peak of the baby boom birth year, and we're all 1957. You, Buzz, Ann, myself, and Roger. We're all born in 1957.
Yes. Yeah.
So it must be true. Must be the peak year of birth. And so anyway, it's great being with you, and there's tremendous unity and vision for what we can do together. Our goal is to be a model of a professional advisory firm to the Mid-Atlantic region, if not nationally someday. A company dedicated to our clients, dedicated to providing the best advice possible without the concept of it's all about how much money we make, and that's unique in this industry, and that's why I believe that we'll be incredibly successful.
And we're just very excited to help our clients in this new way.
Well,
it's just exciting.
And that was one of the things we found, is that it's difficult to find people like you who are also dedicated to that same goal. Just do the best for the client, everything else falls in place, Anyway, Bob, it's great being with you.
Thank you very much.
So that's the end of our June 2015 Financial Pulse. This is Drew Tignanelli saying God bless.